Hey folks, this is Donnie, the Uniformed Historian, and I wanted to thank you for joining me today while I do this video about Mr. George Burton Crow. Now, Mr. Crow lived in the house that you see behind me, which at the time was made of brick, it wasn't painted, but he was born in 1802 in Pennsylvania, and he moved to Jackson County in 1847 and became a lawyer. The spring of 1860 found him living here in Jackson County with his estate being worth about $17,000 according to the 60 census. And that's a lot of money even by today's standards. It was even more back then. But he was living with his 7 children and his wife Susan, who allegedly was born in Ireland according to that document. In the spring of 1861, he was just moving some horses to avoid confiscation by the federal government for Union service in the war. And he eventually went on to become a colonel in the Confederate Army, hence my Confederate uniform that I'm wearing as I do this video today. He served a single term in the Virginia General Assembly, and after the war, he served a single term in the West Virginia State Legislature. He died in 1899, and he's buried at Pine Hill Cemetery. And he did have a son who I want to talk about briefly by the name of William Crow, who was a first lieutenant in the 22nd Virginia Infantry Company B, and he was actually taken prisoner at the Battle of Opequon, or 3rd Winchester, in 1864. Now, he spent time at Fort Delaware and was released on June 7th of 1865. But enough about him, let's get back to Mr. George Burton Crow. His obituary reads, "The Honorable George Crow of Jackson County's most influential citizens died Tuesday of last week at his home near Angerona. Mr. Crow was 97 and had on several occasions been called upon by the people of the county to serve them in public office. He was a colonel in the Confederate Army, a most excellent citizen, and has done a great deal in forming the early history of Jackson County." I want to thank you for joining me here today, and I want to thank the Jackson County Historical Society and Mr. Mike Rubin, and the property owners, of course, for allowing me to do this video today. God bless, and have a wonderful day.